buddy? What is it? What is it? What is it, buddy? Timmy's in the well. Timmy's in the well. Timmy's in the well. Oh my gosh. Timmy. Timmy. Honey, Timmy's in the well.
Oh no, Timmy's in the well?
Timmy's in the well. Timmy! Brutus, where is he? Timmy! Timmy! Timmy's in the well. Timmy's in the well. Timmy! Timmy! You see him over there, buddy? You see him over there, boy? Honey, we can't find him anywhere. Oh, we can't find him anywhere. Tell me again, Brutus. What is it? What is it? Timmy got into the weller. He got into the weller. He's not in the well. He got into the weller. Okay, that's a big difference, buddy. Thank you. Whew. Oh my gosh. Oh, Timmy did get into the weller. That was a full bottle this morning. He's not even supposed to drink.
Hey, what's all that racket? Where's that dog anyway?
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kyle from Whiskey Words and Wisecracks, and we're going to have our whiskey review of the week, which this week happens to be Weller Special Reserve. My first question when I saw this bottle is what makes this one special, and how does that make the other Weller products feel? And something we got to address on a later episode. So this was originally created at the Stitzel Weller Distillery and is named after William LaRue Weller. Now, William LaRue Weller has many great things going for him. I'm going to tell you about two. Number one, he hired a young man named Julian Pappy Van Winkle, who may have gone on to some other things. And he also is credited with the first person to add wheat as a secondary grain to bourbon. Now, bourbon was, as always, a minimum of 51% corn, and the secondary grain up to that point was always rye. And William LaRue said, you know what we're going to try? We're going to try to add some wheat as our secondary grain and eliminate the rye, and the rest is in my hand, and it is history. So we know how that's turned out. So this comes in at 90 proof. It is non-age stated, but it's believed to be around 7 years old. It is actually the least expensive and most common in the Weller lineup. That's easiest to find. That said, still not easy to find. I started my bourbon journey. I moved down here to Bardstown about 3.5 years ago. I would go to Kroger, my local Kroger, and second shelf down, all the way to the right, there'd be an empty slot every week that said Weller Special Reserve. I asked the fine people that work there why that's always empty. They said, oh, we can't keep it in the stores. We get it in and people buy it up. I'm like, well, how do I get a bottle? They said, well, you got to get here when the truck gets here, and now you can limit one per customer. I said, well, I work a lot of hours. I'm probably never getting a bottle of this. Fast forward a few months from there, I go into Liquor Barn, and I see in their little special section, I see bottles of this sitting here for $35. I said, that's not that bad over MSRP, and I really want to try a Weller product, so I snapped this one up. So there are other members of the Weller family. There's Weller 12, which obviously is a 12-year-old, Antique 107, which comes in at 100% proof, or 107 proof, excuse me, a CYPB, which I'll explain in a later episode, full proof, and single barrel. So they all use Buffalo Trace's wheated mash bill, which is the same that goes in the Van Winkle line of products, which makes it kind of well, it's the same mash bill, so it's kind of a descendant of Pappy. Some of the barrels that might not have made it to become Pappy. So, all that said, let's give this guy a pour here. All right. It normally comes in a twist top, but I had a little issue. I got excited when I got it home. I was pulling the twist top off, and I kind of mangled it, so I had to find a cork from another bottle to use. So, we'll give this a pour right now. It already smells good. I can tell you that right now. All right, there we go. This is our official now wine bourbon glass we have here. So let me cork that back up. And one thing I noticed right away is that it's more of an orange color than a lot of the rest of the bourbons we've sampled so far, and kind of a burnt orange, or is it sienna from my 8th grade coloring book or my 8th grade coloring box? I don't know. Crayola, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's coming in a nice orange color, so kind of a burnt orange. So let's give it a little spin here. And I'm going to flip to my tasting notes here, because as I taste whiskeys, I write down little notes, and we'll see how it compares today here. Let's give it a little spin, a little sniff. A little ethanol right off the bat, but it faded really fast. I got there's a nice caramel there. There's a nice The spice in there is kind of like, the consistency of the spice would almost be like a flour. It kind of feels thick and kind of firm, you know, but it's very, yeah, kind of a, how did I write it down to describe it here? It's kind of a muted spice, kind of muted, thick kind of spice on it. That's probably, I'm sure that's the wheat doing its thing. Let's give it another sniff here. Some citrus, some cherries for sure. Fruity. It's definitely got some fruit to it overall. Maybe a little fruit cocktail almost. Very nice on the nose. Once you get over that little burst of ethanol at the beginning, it is very nice on the nose. Let's give her a sip here. Sweet on the tip of the tongue. Again, I think I said this last week. It's got a little molasses. I think it's a little sweeter on the taste than it is on the nose. Nice caramel, molasses. That fruit is still present there. The spice on the end, it's a little more muted than a rye. It's a little softer, I would say would be a good word to describe it. Still going, some nice oak, a nice hug from it, but smooth. There's definitely a lot of nice oak coming through. As I talk, I kind of feel it in my mouth coming up. And, very nice. Let's give it another one here. Yeah, it's good. It's just I'm getting a little more cherries now. A little more cherries, a little more focused on the fruit on that sip, but definitely still in it with a nice bit of caramel and that rice spice finish, which is different. Like I said, it's just, I don't know if muted is the right word, but it's just a little softer, a little less harsh than the rye, and a little hint of black pepper, but not as much as you get with the rye. Going for one more sniff and one more taste here. Almost a little bubblegum, even. That fruit almost becomes like a little fruit stripe bubblegum, even. And it's very good. I'm really enjoy this stuff. Very good. Move it around the mouth a little bit. And yeah, just some nice oak. It's got some nice sweetness. I'm getting honey now. Just kind of that sweet fruit, honey. I'm going to say more of a... Not as much vanilla as I sometimes get. It's more of a kind of fruit stripe butterscotchy caramel than a vanilla on this one to me. Now you might get a different note on that. Looking at my old notes, yeah, I kind of very similar. I put a touch of apple on there. I tasted before. And I did put it's more cream than vanilla before, so kind of along the same lines. That said, this is Kyle from Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. We're on Facebook. We are just all over the place on Instagram. Keep us shooting these videos, inspire us, follow us, like it, and subscribe. And this is Kyle from Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. I hope you've all had a great week, and we'll see you next time.